by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tyre wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Toro Rosso are famed for nurturing promising talent and kickstarting the careers of exciting drivers, from Vettel to Sainz to Ricciardo. But they're much more than that. This is a strong team that expects regular points finishes. Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements. Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
About to join the action in what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. Beside me to take you through free practice today is a man with 3 decades of racing experience under his belt. It is, of course, Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us today, Ant, and tell me, where should we be focusing our attention today?
I think we need to be looking across the entire field to see how far these cars are able to push a single set of tyres. While everyone will be trying different setups and running with different fuel loads, if you're attentive enough, you can definitely pick out trends for each type of tyre compound, which will give us a rough idea of how long the drivers are able to stay out there during a stint in the race.
as many corner gates as you can. The faster you get through each corner, the higher the score. You'll need to deploy your DRS in the DRS zone as well. DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD. Now let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together. Test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex. some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers. I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside. In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving
I crash.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay?
Sorry.
That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Verstappen, Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
Bad luck out there today. What do you think went wrong? Not the cleanest practice. Are you still getting a feel for the track? It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Appreciate your time.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused. FP3 if you can. Well done. That lap beats our primary target time.
There's a bloke standing in front of me. Move!
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Ericsson, Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds. Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Sainz, Hülkenberg, Alonso, Magnussen, and Esteban Ocon, Van Dorn, Grosjean, Sergio Perez, and Ericsson, Ricciardo. They've taken a grid penalty. Leclerc, Sergei Sirotkin, and Brendan Hartley, Stroll, and Joker. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We can do a lot better than this. Come on. Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
I think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space. Okay?
position.
What the hell he's doing? He just pushed me off the gun.
Be aware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, the safety car is out. The safety car is out. We need to form up at a reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive. Okay, Slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. Is 2.6 seconds. is 1.0 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:26.6. Take care of the car on the way in.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
A reliable car, that was the most important factor here. This was a real battle of attrition, and you could tell those at the front were trying to find a balance between running their outright pace and taking care of the car to reach the end.
And now it's time to wind down and celebrate after that fantastic Grand Prix. Here they come, your top three, out onto the podium. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Kimi Raikkonen takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Joker. They pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was just a pleasure to watch.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari moved to the top of the table. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
Appreciate your time.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.